What's up, guys? It's your boy the Kid MMA Expert, and I am back with another video. And today we're gonna talk about the Korean Zombie versus Brian Ortega, and this is a very hyped up fight. Like, I believe it was scheduled for last December, like for the final event of the year, but it got canceled because Ortega pulled out and Edgar had to come in, and Korean Zombie just destroyed him in the first round, and it was a mismatch. So yeah, I mean, I'm not calling Frankie Edgar a bad fighter. He's not, obviously. He just moved down to bantamweight and he just won against Pedro Munoz, who's a serious contender, but he just wasn't prepared for a Korean Zombie in that short notice. So yeah, Korean Zombie had a amazing performance there, and yeah, now fight versus Brian Ortega. Now this is really hyped up because Brian Ortega slapped Korean Zombie's translator, who's Jay Park, who I know a lot about Korean, Korean rap and stuff. Jay Park is a big name. He's like one of the bigger names in the Korean rap industry, and he's just a big Korean celebrity, and he got slapped by Brian Ortega. So yeah, it's hyping up really well, and I'm really excited for him. I'm a big Korean Zombie fan. I'm a big Korean Zombie fan, so I really hope he wins this. And I will tell you guys, I might be a little biased here, but I'm gonna tell you guys why I think Korean Zombie will get this done. So let's look at Brian Ortega. He hasn't fought in over like 2 years. Like, bro, he has been out for so long that I don't know. The ring rust might be a factor. Like, I know you can say Brian Ortega is still young and he suffered a brutal loss against Max Holloway. That's why he's taking a break. But 2 years is that's not a break. That's just almost like retiring and coming back. Like, so ring rust might be a factor. And let's say ring rust is not a factor. Korean Zombie, in my opinion, has better power than Max Holloway. He has the same kind of volume as Max Holloway. Maybe not as much as volume like as Max Holloway, but still, in my opinion, more powerful than Max Holloway. And on the ground, way better submissions, much better takedown defense, much better submissions like jiu-jitsu wise. And I feel like Brian Ortega has no business striking with Korean Zombie. And even on the ground, even if Brian Ortega is not a wrestler, he's a jiu-jitsu guy, but if Brian Ortega tries to get it to the ground, he's still gonna struggle with Korean Zombie. I mean, Korean Zombie has amazing Darce chokes, amazing twister, of course, amazing chokes, amazing armbar, amazing submissions, and I feel like if Brian Ortega tries to take him down, Korean Zombie's gonna catch him with one of those submissions and you finish the fight easily. I mean, and striking wise, like I said, Korean Zombie is much more powerful than Max Holloway. Very good volume, very good chin, as tough as Max Holloway or even tougher. And I feel like Korean Zombie will either get to stun by TKO like he did against Edgar or submission. But my final verdict is that Korean Zombie is going to get this done by a third round submission. Brian Ortega is going to get pieced up on the feet and he's going to try to take it to the ground, but Korean Zombie is going to catch him with one of those chokes or any submissions, and I feel like he's gonna get this done. Like Brian Ortega, man, I know he has heart, but the kind of beating he took his last fight, man, he didn't look good in that fight, and he got damaged, and he hasn't been fighting for a long time, so that might be a factor. And also, Korean Zombie looked phenomenal his last 2 fights, TKOs in both fights in the first round, and I feel like Korean Zombie's gonna continue this trend and beat Brian Ortega. Alright guys, so that's basically it. Comment down below what you want to see next. And yeah, I'm excited for this fight, and I'm excited for the upcoming UFC schedule. There's so many great fights, including Adesanya, Costa, and Khabib, Gaethje, and Ferguson and Poirier might even. Diaz versus Masvidal almost is gonna get announced soon. And yeah, alright guys, see you guys later. Peace.